Hey, it's me, that dope hippie girl. So it is officially May, and it's time for me to check in and do my fuck Big Pharma post. April. First, let's start with a number. Um, my goal weight for the end of April was uh 255, I think. I came in at 261, which upset me at first, but then it didn't because I ended March at 266 and my goal was 263. And so having only lost 5 pounds was a bit of a downer for me. It was very upsetting. I was just wildly disappointed in myself because I felt like the goal I'm trying to get to, I'm not going to accomplish it. And I felt like I can't do this. I thought I could, I tried, and I failed. Like many other things that I have tried in the past, I just wasn't good enough to do this. And then I sat down and really analyzed what happened and why I didn't lose the amount of weight that I would have liked to have lost in April. And I kind of let go of being so hard on myself, and actually wound up learning some things about myself and growing in a way that I hadn't anticipated growing. My birthday was March 29th, so the end of March, that last weekend, those last couple of days, I was thinking I was leaving the month and going out with a bang. My birthday proved to be very disappointing. It was actually kind of horrible. I smiled my way through it and made it seem like it was okay and I was good. But in all reality, the only good thing about my birthday is that I woke up the next day, I'm grateful for every day that I wake up. And I was high as fuck. That was the only silver lining to my birthday. It was actually extremely disappointing and made me unpack some things that I had in the recesses of my psyche that I didn't realize I needed to unpack, deal with, heal from, and grow above. April was just, after the birthday shit, April was just continually fucked up. People close to me lost a lot. And in them losing a lot, they lost pieces of themselves, or it changed them in ways that impacted me negatively. I had to walk away from quite a few situations that I thought were real, true, genuine friendships, and it was revealed to me that they weren't. And that hurt. That hurt a lot. I'm still dealing with that. I am. I'm not gonna act like it didn't hurt. I'm not gonna act like it didn't impact me. I'm not going to act like I don't give a fuck and I don't have any feelings towards any of the negative things that happened in April. They all have rubbed me in ways and left marks that I won't be able to deny or forget. In addition to that, I just was in a funk. Like April, I spent most of April in a functioning depression. And I didn't work out. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't work out. I worked out one day out of the fucking month. And my regimen and my routine is usually to do 5 minutes of yoga and then a half hour of working out. And I made my playlist. I had aspirations. I had a plan. And when it came time for me to actually work out, I just was in tears. I couldn't do it. I was just too fucked up in the head about all of the shit that I was dealing with to actually work out. April, I experienced anger, resentment, a lot of resentment, a lot of anger. Just like bitch, I want to fight type anger. You know what I mean? Like that kind of anger where you can't rationalize it. You can't make sense of anything. You see red all the time. You're combative and you're just angry. And that's what the events from my birthday and the weeks after that led me to. And I couldn't work out. I couldn't do anything but be in my head about what I had going on and be upset about it. And so when I went to the doctor and when I weighed myself and saw that I had actually got down to 261, it was a big surprise because I felt like I gained weight. Like I felt so fucking fat and I felt tired and I felt lazy and I just felt worthless, and that added to what I was already feeling, and it was day after day after day, and before I knew it, I looked up and it was May and I hadn't done shit. I hadn't worked out. I hadn't done anything, and that really honestly was it. My eating habits, I have to reiterate this all the time because there is such a stereotype, a negative stigma, and most of all, a misconception about plus size people in this country that all we do is eat cakes and pies all day and fried food, and that's why we're fat. And that's not my case. In my household, we have our moments when we want to eat bullshit, but even the bullshit that we eat is still most of the time a step above what most people eat every day. So my eating habits were never the cause of my weight gain. They were never the problem child. I wasn't moving around enough. And so with me not working out at all in April, I didn't gain any weight, but I couldn't maintain losing it either. And I got down on myself. I mean, as most people do, when you have a goal and you're trying to reach it, you become hyper-focused, especially me. I'm an extremist. I don't know any middle ground. I'm either on or off. There's no in between. And it was like, you're not working out, you're a piece of shit, you're lazy. Like, it was so much. And in doing that, I put so much other pressure on myself. But through support from my doctor and my wife, I was able to come out of that funk and realize that it's not going to be easy every day. Sometimes it's going to take a few days or a few weeks or even maybe a month to bounce back to where you were. But the bottom line is that when I went to the doctor, my numbers had improved. My primary care physician was very happy with what progress I had made, even though I hadn't done in April as well as I had done in the other months. I was still making progress. So I'm still on the right track. I'm still doing well. I just had a hiccup. And I say all that to say, this shit is not easy. Anything in life that you're going to do that's worth doing, anything you're going to have that's worth having, it's not easy. It's just the fuck not. It feels good. And when you accomplish something, it does seem like it's extremely easy because you're like, damn, I actually fucking did that shit. But it's not. It's not easy, and it's okay to admit to yourself, I'm having trouble. I'm struggling. This is not easy. This is very hard for me right now. I can't do this right now. Have that moment, because that's just as healthy as doing it and achieving the goals and pressing through. Being able to say to yourself, I have limitations right now and I can't do that. You are actually helping yourself because you are allowing yourself a much needed break. In my case, it was a mental break. I needed a mental break. I was hyper focused, and because I was so hyper focused on that one thing, I was unable to see that I still had a lot of life around me that was happening and it was impacting me, but I wasn't lending it any energy. And so because I wasn't lending it any energy, a lot of things were spiraling out of control. I was allowing people to treat me in a way that wasn't fair to me. I had jealousy in my circle, and I didn't recognize it as jealousy because I was so hyper focused on achieving and accomplishing my goals that I didn't see the jealousy. When it was presented to me, I just thought it was, a different perspective of looking at things. And I immediately began to think, maybe I need to check myself. And later on, through, review, I really had a bitch in my circle who was jealous of me. And it hurt that she had to go, but that negative energy, I don't need that. On this journey, also with the weight loss and just doing better with my health, I am relearning the lesson of putting myself first. I used to be an Olivia Pope type person, and my priority was fixing everybody else's problems, doing what everybody else needed done, being a resource, being, a support system for everyone else. And I would often leave myself either empty or with not enough. And April and this period that I went through taught me that it's time for you to start putting yourself first again, because you are accommodating other people. You are trying to please other people, and you're not serving yourself. You're actually doing a disservice to yourself. And so I'm thankful for this period of April being fucked up, because I needed it. It was almost like a reality check. And I had to check in with me. It wasn't with anyone else. I had to check in with me, because I wasn't communicating with myself in a way that was effective and conducive to my growth and my healing and my progress. So, again, there's always a silver lining in some fucked up shit. April was very fucked up. But here I am. Full disclosure, I have been saying that I have some health challenges and that the weight loss is to combat that. But I've never said exactly what it is. I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes in 2012. I ignored it for a long time. I don't have diabetes. They lying. They just want to tell me that because I'm fat and I'm black. I don't have diabetes. No matter how bad my numbers got, I was in denial. And then my doctor had me see an endocrinologist because my diabetes was becoming ridiculously out of control. So again, that still wasn't enough motivation for me to get my shit together. Because my whole thing was, I don't eat fucked up. My diabetes is just like this because it's just like this. I'm predisposed. It's genetic. I didn't think there was anything I could do because I ate right. I don't eat fuck shit. I barely eat fried food. I was like, I'm good. I was in denial. My doctor sent me to an endocrinologist, and I saw this motherfucker in November. This white man pissed me off so bad, I vowed I never want to see him again. I have a follow-up appointment with him May 30th because I see him twice a year. I promised myself when I left his office in November that my appointment with him on May 30th was going to be the last time I saw him, and that when I went into his office, I was going to be 250 pounds because I needed to lose a certain percentage of my body weight in order for me to get off my meds. And this man's attitude towards me in his office was just, I can't even describe it. I can't describe it. It was like, he just looked at me like, you know what I mean? Like, you ain't gonna do the work. You just gonna be another fat bitch with diabetes all your life. That's basically, he might as well said that because that's what his body language told me. And it was so motivating that here we are, 6 months later, and I have gone from 292 pounds to 261 pounds. I've lost 31 pounds. That was my motivation. So diabetes can kiss my ass. My A1C has come down from 11.8 to, when I went to the doctor last week, my A1C was 5.7. If you're not familiar with what that is, 5.7 is the A1C of a person who does not have diabetes. Anything above 6 is considered diabetic, and where I was at 11, It was like every time I went to the doctor, they were like, "How are you not in a coma? Can you see? You know, how do your feet feel? Do you have tingling in your limbs and shit like that?" And it was like, I don't have any symptoms. I was fine, and so that added to me being in denial about the diabetes. But once I came to terms and was honest with myself about it, then I could turn it around. You know, Jay-Z says in one of his songs, you can't heal what you don't reveal. And so with being in denial about the diabetes and sweeping it under the rug and sweeping it under the rug and sweeping it under the rug, I wasn't getting any better. I was doing myself a disservice and I was getting worse. And so that's what started me on this weight loss journey. In addition to losing the weight and being 261 pounds, because I'm gonna keep going. My goal was 250. I've got 11 pounds to lose. I'm being realistic with myself, and that today is what's today, May 7th? Today is May 7th, and the reality is that in 23 days I can't lose 11 pounds, and that's all right. That's all right, but I'm gonna lose some motherfuckers. And I made myself another promise. I turned 39 on March 29th, and I told myself that after I got down to 250, I was going to gift myself getting down to 200 pounds by my 40th birthday. So I have 10 months to get down to 200 pounds, and there's no doubt in my mind that I can do it. And now that I had this hiccup that was April, I'm confident that when the bad days come, I am equipped to get through them. And it's okay. I won't beat myself up. Granted, a month is a long ass motherfucking time to sit on your ass and not work out. But I think now that I'm out of that and I recognize that I have the full support of my spouse and my doctor, I can be a little less hard on myself. I can be a little more lenient and work with myself and understand that I'm human at the end of the day, because as an Aries woman, I'm a perfectionist. I don't like to make mistakes. And I get hyper focused on perfecting things. So I'm saying all that to say, if you are working on a goal, if you're trying to achieve something, embrace the bad days as with the same energy you embrace the good days, because the bad days are the ones that are going to really make you. They are the ones that are going to show you where your stamina, your tenacity, your endurance, and your real get up and go, they're going to show you where they lie. And if you can overcome those bad days, that's the real accomplishment. That's the real accomplishment. It's real easy to get up on a sunny day and enjoy the day. It's sunny, you know what I mean? But it's really hard to smile when it's raining. And so if you can smile when it's raining, you're winning. And you have accomplished something that people would love to accomplish. So my synopsis: keep going. It's okay to have a bad day. You got this shit. If I got this shit, you got this shit. And I will always, I was always the person. I don't like the way something is. I don't like the energy. I don't like the way some shit is moving. I'm out. I will roll out on some shit in a heartbeat. I'll roll out on people in a heartbeat. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't have the patience when shit ain't going the way I want it to go. But I've stuck it out. And in the end, I'm the one who will benefit from this. So that's what I want to leave y'all with. So I will be off these motherfucking meds soon. Fuck Big Pharma. It can kiss my ass. And y'all stay dope as a motherfucker.